and welcome to Agra. The main reason we came to Agra was so that we could come and see the Taj Mahal. Just kind of a bit of a chilled out day. Yesterday was my birthday and we kind of celebrated by having a bed day. The owner Amol showed us around his community, which is it's a self-sufficient community. It's called Dayal Bagh. Agra's kind of restored my faith in India a little bit. We were struggling with Delhi and Varanasi, the food and the culture shock, but Agra's been sort of really slowed down. It's been nice, it's been really good. It's 10 rupees each. If I've got any advice for anybody that's coming to Agra to do the Taj Mahal, the Agra Fort is only sort of 10-15 minute walk away and you get a 50 rupee reduction on the price. It's really worth coming to see. It's quite big, but the views of Taj Mahal are really interesting. Advice as well for if you're going to go to Taj Mahal, don't take any envelopes or anything that you might think would be okay, because it's contraband. Yeah, they're really strict. No matches, no food, nothing really. You pretty much get in with the clothes you're wearing, and that's a bit of an argument as well. So yeah, just be conscious about what you bring in. We've done Taj Mahal and we have just done the Agra Fort as well. About a mile away from Agra Fort there's a cafe called Sheroes. They support women that have been victims of acid attacks. So that was a really interesting. There's some lovely food there. But it's just really nice to see people that have been victims of quite horrific attacks and been supported in the way they do. If you know me at all, which some of you do, some of you don't, I was burnt when I was a kid, so it's really quite a personal thing for me as well to see people coming together like that. That was kind of something I remember as a young person myself, after being burnt and stuff, coming together with other young people that have been burnt and adults. And it really does help. It's a real good support network. So yeah, really impressed. Really nice to see. So yeah, please, if you do come to Agra and you go to the Taj Mahal or Agra Fort or anything like that, please go and check out Sheroes. I will put the link below. I can't recommend it enough. Yeah. Dayal Lodge, which is in Dayal Bagh. Amol, the guy who owns the hotel, has just been an absolute pleasure. He's been great. The highlight of the trip, probably even more so than the Taj Mahal and the fort, has been the Dayal Bagh community, which blew my mind. Amol, again the owner, drove us around his community and showed us a completely self-sufficient community. They don't have any assistance from the government at all. For living in the community, what you get is food's completely free, the education's free, healthcare's free. One of the amazing things is every single one of the people, I mean there's 3,000 families that live in this community. They all go in the morning for 4 hours every single day and farm. All of them, every single one of them, go and do the farming for the whole community. I mean, I've studied these sort of communities in the past, but I've always been a theory. I mean, to see that I was blown away really. So obviously, being a vegan, we're kind of dead against drinking milk. Something that kind of challenged my thoughts and feelings was the way that their animals are treated. It's not perfect, it isn't perfect by any stretch of imagination, but one of the major things that really upsets me in England specifically is the way that when a cow stops producing milk, they just send it off for slaughter. They've got a rehabilitation centre here where they go and get daily massages, they get fed every day, then they live out their life till they naturally die. You know, we went to have a look at that and it was interesting. I mean, they had the really old cow. I mean, they were still chained up and it was still sort of difficult to see, but in a way that you think it's like 80% of the way there to being sort of a free society for cows. It was really nice to see actually in comparison to the things that we've seen in England. One of the things that surprised me as well was the fact that there are all sorts of religions. I'm always saying that there was Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Sikhs. Their idea isn't about religion, it's about faith, it's about meditation, it's about coming together and celebrating a oneness with God. The inclusivity and the community cohesion just seems to work. It looks fantastic. The community itself is entirely powered by solar power, to the point where they have a surplus that gets sent back into the network. So not only are they benefiting their own community, but they have a knock-on effect to what happens out in Agra itself. One of the things I was really interested in was, how did people from outside the community look at the community? Because I think normally in society what happens when something works, those outside that society, they often challenge it and sort of degrade what's happening and try and make it as if it's a bad thing. What Amol said, again, I'm slightly biased possibly, but he's saying that they've only got good things to say. And actually, I was a bit sceptical about that, but we ended up getting lost a little bit today, coming out of Taj Mahal and then having a chat with a chap trying to get a tuk-tuk back here. He actually said, make sure you go to the community, make sure you go and see what's going on there. And he had nothing to do with the community. So it's seemingly, I've only got one person to say that, but it's seemingly that, it's a really positive thing. So I was saying about the free education. So the free education goes all the way from primary school all the way up to university. So nobody within the community pays for any education. Primary school, high school, degree. Their degrees, they concentrate on engineering, farming, nursing, teaching. So it was a really sort of functional university. What Amol was saying was that the university is rated the cleanest in India, but it's the best university in Agra. The healthcare that I said was free as well, but they don't just give that free healthcare to people within the community. That is for anybody in India. If I broke my leg tonight, I could go to the hospital as well and have free healthcare. We almost don't really have that in England at the moment. Well, we don't have that in England. We certainly don't have free healthcare for people outside of England. They have a real drive on sport. They've just built this huge badminton hall. They've got massive cricket fields, football fields. It's a real drive towards being active. And I'm always saying as well the fact that every day, all 3,000 families do 1 hour of physical exercise. I was saying about self-sufficient. The kitchen is fed by the wheat that they go and farm. The hospital, it's a homeopathic hospital, so all the drugs and plants that they use within the hospital is from the community. It really was, dare I say, utopia. I'm not going to say that, I just said it, but I'm not going to say it. I'm always saying about the crime just being non-existent, which obviously is something I'm quite passionate about, crime and justice. He says it just doesn't happen within the community, which doesn't surprise me. When you've got people within it that are thriving and have an opportunity to do something with their lives, they don't commit crime. It's a surprise, that, isn't it, really? But yeah, that's been the highlight of Agra. If you come to Agra, please go and have a look at the community. It's called the Dayal Bagh community. I will 100% link it below. You've got to come and see it. It's amazing.